Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to the second semi-final for the Red Bull Battlegrounds. I think it's called Red Bull Battlegrounds, excuse me. New York. So, very, very big tournament. And this is, second semi-final. So, we've already seen the first semi-finals go ahead. And it was Parting versus MC, a nice PvP series, which Parting managed to win 3-1 total, and now Party is going to go on to the grand final, and of course MC to the third place game, and their opponents will be decided in this semi-final series. So let's go ahead, introduce the players. Down the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be none other than Scarlett. She is from Canada. She plays for Team Acer, and very, very impressive. Although had a bit of trouble in her round of 8 bracket matches. Basically, she lost versus Parting, won versus Golden, and then won versus Bomber, 2-1. Did drop a single game to Bomber, but eventually did win it. And the third game she played against Bomber, it's a best of 3 in those round robin bracket series, was absolutely one of the best games I have ever seen cast so far. And those 3 games against Bomber in the round of 8 are actually uploaded as part of my daily masters, so you can go back. It's about half a week or something like that. Go check them out. You definitely do not want to miss those games. They're really, really awesome. So yeah, that is Scarlett, and up the top left side of the map, it is SOS. He is from South Korea, and he plays for the Jin Air Green Wings team. And his record so far in this tournament is absolutely flawless. It's actually flawless. So he's currently beat Hyun. Beat Hyun at 2-0. And then he beat MC 2-0. So yes, very, very impressive. The only person who came close was Parting, who basically in the round of 8 only dropped 1 game to Bomber, but SOS has not dropped a single game in this tournament so far, and we will see if Scarlett can hold him up at all, or if he is just going to push through and just absolutely demolish. But I actually don't know. I've never cast SOS before. I've never actually cast Parting before, but he turned out to be really, really awesome. MC and Scarlett, of course, I have seen quite a bit of. And man, 3.5 minute third base for Scarlett. So these guys both ramping up to do some extremely exceptional macro right here. We do have no scouting yet for either player, I feel like. Nobody's been able to see anybody else. So yes, this probe is going to go in. Gonna see the natural. I do not know if he's gonna scout the third. He didn't scout this one, so I assume he's gonna just go straight for this one, but definitely is gonna be an insane amount of macro going on for both players currently. Let's have a look, see here. SOS are leading a little bit, just the chrono off 1 base, but that's gonna change very, very soon. As soon as Scarlett's second and then third comes up, she's gonna start building a ton of stuff. Is the probe gonna scout the third base? Yes, it does. Go straight for it. And SOS sees the third base, and he knows now that Scarlett has a third. But of course, he probably would have expected it at this point. I mean, Scarlett hasn't scouted SOS yet, but she's going to assume he's going to get an expansion, so it's probably alright. The only surprising thing that Scarlett could do right now that SOS wouldn't be expecting would be to get a 4th. But that would be a little bit risky. And anyway, I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. The Ling's nearly killing that probe, but not quite able to, and they're just going to have to sit out the front for now and just sort of chill out. SOS getting a fast Stargate, and that's going to be nice for getting a couple of Oracles out, going for some nice pressure. Scarlett does have a bunch of Queens, but of course Oracles are so fast, and they kill so fast when they're charged up. They can easily get 3 or 4 worker kills before they get scared away from the Queen. Of course, they've got no hope of killing the Queen itself, but 3 or 4 workers, and then they run, and then they come back to get another 3 or 4 workers, and the only way Scarlett can really hope to hold them off is to get Spore Crawlers, and I don't think she's in that sort of position yet. She's just droning up at the moment. Still a couple behind, but she's getting a lot of drones out. A lot of drones, so her macro is going to be quite impressive. Here we go, probe coming out. Looks like they actually had a disconnect or something like that. They had to jump back off the replay. That's fine. So yeah, the Ling's coming out, having a go, and this probe going out for a bit of a scout. Is he going straight for the 4th? Maybe he's going for the 4th? I don't know. He's sort of hiding in the bushes at the moment. The Ling going around, just having a look. Not really much going on for either player. Scarlett's still going for an insane amount of workers, although SOS is keeping up with her. He must have been chrono boosting out of both of them. No tech for either, other than this Stargate, no real tech on the way for either player. Here we go. He's actually been building a couple of Phoenix, going for a lot of Phoenix. And this is going to be interesting because, I mean, Scarlett is very, very well known for her muta play. She actually did a ton of great muta plays in the third game versus Bomber in the round of 8 of this very tournament. So I really, really like this play from SOS. Going out and getting the Phoenix nice and early. And Scarlett, she's got to think outside the box right now. She loves her muta play. She loves muta Ling. It's not going to work this game. The mutas are going to get toasted. So she's got to think of something else. And she's also got to save her overlords, who are a little bit split out all over the place. And she's starting to lose a few of them. And here we go. The Queen's chasing this away. She's got Spore Crawlers coming up all over the place. It's a very, very nice. Oh, the Queen getting lifted up just out of range of the Spore Crawler. That's really unfortunate. I don't know if the Queen can make it back. No, cannot. Gets lifted up straight away. And really, yeah, just not a good play right there. The Queen over here. Do we have a second Spine Crawler in there somewhere? No, we need a second one up the top side. But, yeah, what can you do? No, there's a second Spore Crawler up here. It's there we go. Getting in range finally. Trying to find the perfect range. But we've actually got some stuff going over here. Scarlett getting really, really pissed off at the way those Phoenix are just taking advantage of her base. She's moving out with Ling. She wants to really hurt some people. And here we go. The Spore Crawler is coming up. But quite a fair amount of Queens have gone down. I think it's a total of 2 Queens lost. And that is, yeah, that's quite awful, really. It's really awful. Here come the Lings. They're going to be able to take out the Zealots, but I don't know if they can get in. Just one force field. Oh, very, very nice. Actually cutting these guys off. And now these Lings are trapped in there. They are all going to die, and the only 3 left. So the force field stopping the total surround from happening. Here we go. A bunch of Lings coming out. The Phoenix. There's Spore Crawlers everywhere now, and they're just going to have to run off. And Scarlett just needs a couple more Queens. And she is going for a bunch of Hydras. So it looks like the Hydras are going to be perhaps a transitionary unit just to sort of clear out the Phoenix. And then after that she may go into muta play, because she does have a Spire on the way. So she really wants to play with the mutas, but she knows she has to deal with these Phoenix. And that's what the Hydras are going to be there for. Just dealing with those guys. Oh man. Hydra's staying right near the Spore Crawler. She's not spreading anything out on this map. Yeah, except for the Lings, who are going to go in here, actually, and could potentially take this base out. They're doing a ton of damage. We're going to have to see a cancel there. And there we go. So that's 100 minerals down the toilet for SOS. And those Lings, what a great job from Scarlett. Really on point there to take that base out. Now we got the Hydras. They're trying to knock the Phoenix out, but they just can't quite get to them. And until those Phoenix get taken out, it's quite risky to send a lot of mutas out on the field. Scarlett loves to get early mutas and really send them out nice and early and really do a lot of early pressure with them. But the Phoenix, the presence of the Phoenix on this map is going to be so bad in terms of the mutas, man. They're just not going to be able to do anything with their mutas. She hasn't actually built any yet, which is probably a wise decision. Just sticking with the Hydras, but the Hydras do not have the speed to deal with the Phoenix. So, I mean, defensively she's fine. She's got Spore Crawlers everywhere. They can knock out the Phoenix quite easily, but I mean, the Hydra is just not going to be all that good at dealing with these Phoenix. They're just not that fast. They're trying to do a bit of hits there, but trying to find a weak spot. I don't think they're going to find any weak spots here. They do see the Spire, which actually has a funny color on it. It's like an ice thing. Oh, the Phoenix can probably take this out. The Overlord's like, oh shit. And trying to get out of there, but I do not think this Overlord is going to survive. Man, that poor Overlord just got completely forgotten about. Oh boy, oh boy. So Scarlett in a bit of a situation right here. She is starting to build up the mutas. She can't wait any longer to get the mutas going out, and now the Phoenix are going to have to go on the defensive to start to deal with these mutas, because there we go. Going to start to have a crack at the workers. Going to start to do some good stuff. There are cannons on the field, however. Muta's actually going for the cannon. I'm not sure if I agree with that, but they are going to be doing it. The Phoenix coming in, and these Mutas are suddenly in a lot of trouble with Phoenix on the map. But here we go. It was just a diversion. The Ling's going in, trying to attack the base, but the main army is still close enough, and a ton of Hydras coming in. But with 2 Colossus on the field, I don't know if Hydras are going to be a great decision here. They could be, but the Colossus are going to kill a lot of them. Actually, I think there's an Observer or something who just died there, so that's interesting. Scarlett going for a 5th base over here. SOS still on 3 bases. The economy is just straight up linked, so exactly the same. And we do have a bunch of mutas, so Scarlett is just saying to hell with it. I want mutas, I love mutas, I'm going to build mutas, and I don't care what you say. And we'll see if she can make it work, because that's the thing though. I mean, with Phoenix on the field, SOS is building 2 more Phoenix right now. He definitely needs to get the Phoenix going. The Lings see the Zealot in there, they're just going to back up. The mutas going for the other side, but the Phoenix are chasing them. And the mutas, man, they just I mean, Scarlett is being very, very effectively countered on all fronts by SOS right now. He's got the Colossus to deal with the Hydras. He's got the Phoenix to deal with the mutas. So all of Scarlett's favorite units are currently being countered quite effectively. And SOS has got a ton of really, really good economy, man. He's 66, which is not bad for a Protoss player. Scarlett, 66 as well. She could go higher, but she's always maxed out, and she's trying to build a bunch of other units that she needs, so she can't get any more workers. Just as I say that, she gets a few more, but yeah, Corruptors, definitely a very good force. They're great at dealing with Phoenix, they're great at dealing with Colossus, so they're going to be an extremely good unit to be getting out there. The mutas trying to dance with their Phoenix. I believe the mutas do have the numbers, but yeah, it's going to be interesting. Here we go, a bunch of Lings coming in. The Colossus are out of position, and this could be very bad. 4 Zealots being warped in and got to buy some time. And the Lings, meanwhile, going for the base. It's completely surrounded. I think this base is going to go down. And there we go, trying to put some force fields around, but it's not going to be enough. The Nexus goes down, and suddenly SOS is down to 2 bases, and the worker count does not matter anymore. His income is going to start plummeting. There we go. As you can see it going down. And yeah, he cannot be happy about that. It's coming out a bunch of... the Colossus, man, the Colossus are the only things that's really going to be saving him against the Hydras, because the Hydras can pretty much shred every other unit that he has. The Stalkers are just going to get owned, but there we go, the Colossus coming up. That's going to be a lot of damage, and yeah, Scarlett needs her mutas, I guess, to take this out. Mutas or Corruptors, that's the only thing that can really deal with them. But she's got her Hydras over there. Yeah, it's kind of... there we go, there's the Nexus going down again. The Phoenix going in, managing to lift up all of these guys at the same time, so they will all die, and that's not good. But here we go, the Zealots actually seeing this hidden 5th base up there, and that could be very, very bad. The mutas going right into the heart of the enemy base. We got some Corruptors, there's some Blink Stalkers under them, and Scarlett once again is just going to have to back up out of there. She tries to get an advantage where she can see the Phoenix and the Stalkers are too far away, but Blink, of course, just solves that problem so fast for SOS. Here we go, she can turn around here, start taking them out. She's got to get favourable positioning where she's away from the Stalkers. But once the Stalkers are overhead, everything just goes to crap. And actually what she needs to do is get a bunch of Lings in here to start taking out the Stalkers. But the Lings are all up here, continually taking stuff apart. We got the Zealots attacking this base. I don't think Scarlett's going to be able to save that. And her very, very clumped up air army is just flying around trying to do what they can. Man, if SOS got some Storm right now, it would be insanely crazy right now. He'd just start wiping out stuff all over the point. And here we go, a bunch of Lings running out. They may be trying to attack the Zealots. I don't know if they can make it, but they can have a good try. Oh, the Probe going for another 3rd base in a different location. Scarlett happened to see it, and down it goes. Here we go, the Phoenix coming in. They're going to start to get wiped out quite heavily. The Stalker's not quite there yet. There they go, blinking in, and Scarlett has to back away. There we go, looks like these guys cleaned up the Zealots. Probably took a ton of losses, but Scarlett's doing a very, very good job. She's on 4 bases. The Protoss is on 2, and if she can keep it that way for longer and longer and longer, then she is going to have the advantage right here. The Phoenix continually going down. SOS constantly building Phoenix. He knows the Phoenix are one of the main contributing factors that are keeping him in the game right now. Oh man, my voice is starting to go crappy, man. This game has just got too much action, and yeah. Alright, so Phoenix trying to do it. They're a little bit faster than actually they're probably quite a lot faster than the Corruptors, and the mutas have to be there to sort of support the Corruptors. But Scarlett, man, 5 Corruptors at the same time. It's absolutely insane. Here we go. This is the main mining base right now. I don't think this base is up yet, so yeah, look at this thing. He's go down. If Scarlett can somehow take this down, it is going to be insane. The mutas, I feel like the mutas are almost at the point where they'd think about just taking out the Stalkers, but they're never quite there. And, I mean, the Corruptors can take care of themselves against the Phoenix. Almost, I feel like, kind of, yes. There we go. Every time the Corruptors turn around, 1 or 2 Phoenix do go down. There goes another one. So they do take a lot of damage versus the Corruptors. Let's have a look at the upgrades right here. Scarlett does have 1-1 on her air. SOS has 3 weapons and 1 armor for ground, nothing for air. So that's very, very interesting. Oh, yes, the Corruptors, they want to hit the Phoenix so badly, but the Phoenix are just too fast running out of there. You can see that SOS, he really, really wants to keep this base alive. He's got 3 Colossus over there. But mainly it's just the Stalkers and the Phoenix army, and Scarlett just needs to run 1,000,000 Lings in here, wipe out the Stalkers, and then I think she would win. But she just hasn't been building the Lings. Here we go. A bunch of Lings coming around, but she needs a lot more. The Lings are mainly going for this base. Don't go for this base. Go for the Stalkers. Put the Lings on the Stalkers, and then the rest of the forces can finish these guys off, because it's only Blink Stalkers which are keeping these Phoenix alive, keeping the Corruptors from just absolutely annihilating them. And the fact, of course, that the Phoenix are just so fast, they just run away so fast. But here we go, moving in, and the Colossus suddenly in a lot of trouble right here. Instantly losing all his shields. There he goes down. The Corruptors a little bit out of position to make that happen, but they did destroy 1 Colossus, and that's definitely something that's worth doing. Oh man, a couple of Infestors coming out. If Scarlett starts getting Fungals off on the Phoenix pack, that could be insane. Because then, of course, the Phoenix can't move anymore, and Corruptors would just shred them. Absolutely shred these Phoenix. So all it's going to take is a couple of good Fungals, and the Phoenix numbers are all going to go down. Another attack here. Did she get another Colossus? I'm not sure, but the Phoenix, man, look at the firepower they're spitting out. That is insane. That is really, really insane. The Colossus, I mean, the Corruptors, they're just so slow. I mean, they just back out so easily, and then they get back in again. It's absolutely crazy. Really, really, absolutely insane. But SOS, man, he's starting to run out of minerals there. He's currently, I don't know what his income is, but it's not that good. 820 versus 2,000. Of course, it is a war of gas, and Scarlett is still double on that. So, yeah, I mean, it's just the Protoss, the fact that Phoenix are so effectual versus this air army, which is keeping SOS in the game. But, and Scarlett has got so much more minerals and gas than SOS does, and she's just got to get the upgrades going, man. Build a second Spire, and get some other stuff going on. Oh, here goes the Fungal, but Stalkers have blinked in at the same time. And that is that's going to be bad. The Mutas have to go for the Stalkers here, and they are going to go for it. There are some Lings actually in the field there. That's what I've been saying all along. Get the Lings in there, and that engagement, SOS just said, you know what, screw this, I'm out of here. And he gave the GG. So Scarlett, game number 1, taking a victory. That was a beautiful play, and even against Phoenix, which are the absolute counter to Mutas, the absolute counter, and Scarlett made it work. She made it work by mixing in Corruptors and putting in that beautiful air micro that she's so well known for. Just it's so awesome, and managed to take the win there. So congratulations to her, and SOS, man, who has not dropped a game in this entire tournament, is now 0-1 in the semi-finals. So he's not going to be happy about that, but we'll see what he does about it in game number 2. Stay tuned. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.